Well, well, well. Ye old Highlander. The old war pony. Yeah, at the deepest valley of anguish I found myself in the last half decade. This was the war pony for a little while. I've since turned it over to Hayden, more or less my step bro. Kind of look out for the guy while he's, living in the casa with us. But it's a pretty straight example of a 2004 Highlander. Of course, there can be only one. Got some high school graffiti in the old pollen dust mix. We haven't done much to this. I did plugs and that kind of stuff with it, and timing belt was all fresh when I turned it over to him. Helped him paint his wheels black. Let's see, we had a tool snowboard rack on here. He bought himself some headlights. We put those in together. Those sharpened it up. The other ones were really oxidized. I went and bought him some real good tires. Yeah, so so he could get around. He was getting into snowboarding and stuff. So got him some Wild Peaks, threw them boys on there. The fronts look a little bit low. We'll have to talk about checking our air every now and again, because these are spendy tires. You don't want uneven wear patterns. You want to make sure you're within the PSI range. It's noted on the side of the tire. You'll see what's comfortable for yourself, but you don't want them too roly-poly because they'll wear weird. Anyways, just kind of kept this thing going for Hayden right out the gate. We had a couple of fender beanders and kind of stapled those back into place. But she's serviced him well for last couple of years. He had it basically at 15.5. But we've been fighting some power steering leaks for the last, it feels like 6 months. Went and bought a pump and high pressure line and a return line, and he was going to do it in the shop, and I think it just was taking a lot of time. The high pressure line was in a really bad spot. We run out of time, so they got it all back together and kind of continued on. But we're still freaking leaking, dude. We're still leaking. And so, I think Hayden was just kind of nursing it along, having to top it off and leave the puddles of our steering fluid in people's driveways for 6 months. But we got her parked now, but not because of that. Because he told me his brakes were messed up or grindy or something. And so, yeah, we parked it, and I came out and looked, and yeah, his rotor is self-machining. And what happens is the brake pad itself, it sits in the caliper in there, and we'll get some more into this project, but the brake pad just wears out, right? And then you're left with the piston behind it that's kind of pushing its job, and that's on there a little bit. And so we're hoping that we've caught it in time. I know we're gonna have to replace the rotors and the pads, so that's what we've got coming. They'll be here next Wednesday. The actual pads themselves for the front, these rotors look fine. I don't see any real issues with those ones. They look fine to me. But we did get new pads. So anyways, that's it for today's episode, or whatever little bit. I guess I'll add some video to this. It's pretty short. Yeah, this is just a little get it whip. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Just a little short update. We're doing all kinds of stuff this summer. We got too much stuff going on. We got people coming into town. We got Hayden graduating. We got a family reunion going on. Got a 1983 Chevy Scottsdale to drop on the ground and redo the interior. We've got a 2001 Honda Civic to get its idle back and replace some doors and drop it on its grass, and some little touch up here and there. And other than that, project wise, I've got a 2017 Volvo XC60 that smells like rotten eggs, and apparently I've got to find some auxiliary battery to replace. Why? I don't know, but apparently that's the cause. America. Hey, and honestly, if you like varied content, that's cool. I'm probably going to be throwing some varied content at you throughout, the whole of everything. But we're going to do probably just a couple of episodes on this guy coming up. We're going to do brakes. We're going to do brakes. and then they'll be done. Hayden's graduating soon. He needs his whip back. He's out there cruising around in a really, really nice pre-runner that is upside down, I think. Hey, if you like really specific content, let me know in the comments. You know, like if you like, hey man, I haven't seen that Chevy. I'm following your Chevy project. I wish you get back to the Chevy. Then tell me, hey dude, get back to the Chevy. And if you want to see something about the Super Duty, let me know. I don't really do a lot with this. This is my work truck. It's pretty new, so there's not a lot to do. Most of the parts and stuff are bought for by my company. So, you know, we get them done professionally. I don't really DIY on the old 2020 Super Duty, if you catch my drift. But we could go over some stuff. It's got the, well, shit, we'll go over it in another video. You know, and I got the Civic around the corner. If you're like, hey, I'm here for the Civic only, shut your damn mouth about this Toyota and that Ford and that Chevy and that other Toyota and that Volvo and any other thing that you might be thinking about other than the thing that I want you to think about. Don't think about it. Do the thing I'm thinking about. Just tell me down in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, that's kind of weird. If you got a Gmail account, you probably already have a YouTube account. It's just a little button. Subscribe, get all the notifications or whatever. But really, I think what helps me appear in Car Dude videos is like either likes and subscription numbers and all that stuff. I don't know how to do it yet. We're getting better at it day by day. This is an adult channel. It's not for the faint of heart. We got, you know, adult content. Okay? Adult. So be an adult, put a comment down there, get yourself a YouTube account or whatever, and subscribe to human stuff. Because we're going to have a busy summer, man. We're doing all kinds of stuff.